hiring is fun, and it's great for team members, but obviously losing people over time, that is a function of business as well. And that hurts because it's a failure of management ultimately. So those are the defining moments in terms of how can you learn from those and make it, position the business to be able to help people long term. And I think for us, it was understanding because these are people's careers and lives that you're working with. It's not just a paycheck at the end of the day. If somebody chooses to come to us as opposed to a big institution or a big bank, that is a meaningful decision. So it's having everything in place to make sure that they can thrive in that type of opportunity. And for us, it was also defining who the right people are that we can actually, best work with over time. We are not, being a smaller firm, competing with much larger firms, for competing with the kind of, Jeffries and Baker Tillys of the world and those kind of things. We have to be honest with ourselves. And I think that's one thing we, defined and learned over time is what are we good at? What are we not good at in terms of personnel? We are not the best place in the world. Hand on heart, if you are a graduate, we are not the best place in the world, because we, as a company with 150 people, we may not be the best at training graduates out of school and kind of, pushing them forwards in their careers. But if you're an associate level, so you've done 2-3 years in banking, you're in the position where you're not getting as much deal flow as you necessarily want. You may be in the wrong sector team and you want to get to, 10, 20 deals a year in terms of your experience. We're very, very good at that. So I think part of the milestone that was important early on was understanding what are we good at? What are we not so good at? Where can we help people? Because the better our staff do, the more they can help, our end customers at the end of the day as well. So I think it's kind of, I think as an owner, as a business founder, you kind of need to just be honest with yourself and don't accept it as a point of defeat, more accept it as well. There are, let's say to run a successful business, it's a cocktail of 20 or 30 different things you can do. You just need to identify the ones that, you can do very, very well and become number one at those things, on a global basis, and everything else will ultimately follow.